welcome guys. This is our first test stream. Still playing with the audio levels a little bit, so I'm gonna try to get them correct. So I do appreciate your feedback in the comments. If the audio is kind of weird, and so I can get that fixed for next time. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We are in the Zibo 737 today. I was going to fly the flight factor, but I really love this aircraft and it looks amazing with the cockpit textures, with Xvision running, so I decided we'll fly this out to Vegas, and on our next stream, I'm going to go ahead and fly it back. So we are going Denver to Las Vegas today. We are in United. The flight number is United 691. In real life, it actually just landed, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to pretend we're running late. And we're going to go ahead and, do the flight anyway. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Right, so first thing I gotta do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the ground power connected. We are gonna go ahead and make sure battery, emergency lights, and then we are gonna go ahead and start the flight leg. Alright, so you'll have to bear with me. I might not be talking very much. This is the first time doing this, but I will try my best to keep the commentary going. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and turn on the chimes and the fasten seatbelts. Alright, so first thing we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and get our fuel in there. So I'm going to pull up the chart of what I'm using for fuel and get the data from that. Alright, so it's telling us CG. Okay.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Alright, so total fuel is 17.2 pounds. Now payload today is 41. So for this I'm using a combination of SimBrief, and then I'm using a tool called Sim Toolkit Pro, which kind of pulls the charts and all the data in and just has everything all in one place, which is really nice, so you don't have to be going between multiple windows. So what I'm reading through now is the printout that you would usually get in real life.
Larger carry-on luggage in the overhead bin and place any smaller items under the seat in front of you. We suggest stowing your rollerboards on this aircraft with a handle in first, wheels out. Let a flight attendant know if you need any help. On this flight,
Take off CG. Okay, I think we're okay with that. Let me just make sure there's 0.
You may use your small, lightweight devices such as mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers, while the parts of the gate, larger devices such as laptops and DVD players may be used until we're ready to depart. At that time, they must be stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment.
Okay, so it says my estimated total here is 149.6. I got 149.5, so we're close enough on that one. Alright. Okay, so next step, we are going to go ahead and turn on, we should have done this before. We are going to go ahead and start the alignment of the IRSs. Up here, let's go ahead and turn up the panel lights. It is later in the day, the sun is going to start going down as we get across. Okay, and then we're gonna come down here. We'll turn on the main panel. Turn on a little bit of background lighting. I mean, it's really just personal preference to how you like to set your lights up. Anyway, let's go ahead and start getting the IRS program. But first, before we do that, put in airport that we're at, and then we can start the alignment procedure of the IRSs. And the gate that we are at is B. And you know, I forgot the gate that we're at. Let me just pull this, not that menu, this menu up real quick. B15. So I apologize if the noise of the airport is kind of annoyingly in the background. I like this new KDEN airport, but there is no way to control the audio. So I kind of got this annoying beeping sound, and you know, these vehicles that you can hear from inside the aircraft, and I'm not exactly sure how to get rid of them. If any of you know how to get rid of that, I would really be interested to know on that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and do departure. Okay. Oh. I am such a tool. Yeah, until I get used to this, I think things I wouldn't usually mess up when I'm trying to talk at the same time, I may end up skipping over. Okay, so let me go ahead and get our flight number. We are United Airlines 0691. UAL 069. Oops, I'd already put UAL in there. 0691. Flight number is in there. Alright, now if we go back to departures and arrivals, you guys can't see the screen. I'm working on a way that I can capture this too, but it's got like a departure runways and you know all our stars and SIDS and waypoints that I'm pulling this off of. So I'm looking on my other screen and reading at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna depart runway 25, and we are departing out of Connor 5. There is no transition. We go to the route, and then Connor 5. Go to DBL to an airway J60, and then to HEV. From HEV direct to G-Gap. Shoot the ILS 26 right. Get transition. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at our legs. And I just want to compare to our flight plan. Okay. Okay. We are looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and get this initialized. So our planned fuel is... We're actually going to do an altitude of 320 is what the flight plan calls for. And then we're going to go ahead and go planned fuel. $16.7. This is all in pounds, guys, as well. Which gives us no reserves. Our cost index is 5 on this flight. Transition 18,000, that's correct. Now, I'm not exactly doing everything to full real world standards. This is more of a test, just to see how, you know, the stream and everything goes. So, if you do notice anything, I mean, you can let me know, but I know I'm skipping a bunch of different things here as well. So our outside air temperature, does this thing auto-calculate? I can't remember between, yeah it does, between Airbus and we're at a higher altitude, so we're not gonna dered the takeoff. I'm gonna do a flaps 5, which is pretty standard. Trim of 4.93, okay, VR, V2, V3, okay. And we're gonna go ahead and throw the legs page on here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the flight directives on. And then our initial speed of V1, 141 plus 5, so we're going to do 146 in the right box. Let's go ahead and on the auto throttle. And then for the heading, we're going to go ahead and do the runway heading. So go ahead and pull the chart on here. Out of Denver. Runway 25. 263 is magnetic heading. And then we don't have any ATC today, so we're going to go ahead and go all the way up to our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. I figured it was not a good idea to try flying on VATSIM or pilotage or any of that stuff until I could nail at least one stream now. And then, you know, I should probably get some checklists for this because I'm not sure, you know, what you set before versus, you know, after engine stop. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to set our auto brakes to RTO. We will need that for takeoff. And then I require hydraulic pressure for the rest, so yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. So one thing that we should have done before is come over here and going turn on to steady position light, sorry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get our APU started on this thing. So let's go ahead and turn on all the fuel pumps. And then we're gonna wait for the EGT number on the left hand side there to start rising before we let go. There we go. That took longer than I thought it would take. Oh, we should have had these packs on to cool down the cabin. Hydraulic pumps can go ahead and go on. Interesting. I did check my controls. I've noticed that sometimes when I load up, some things are deployed when they're not supposed to be. So I applied hydraulic pressure and the thing decided to kick itself out because it was already armed. So APU is available, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the APU. And let's just look outside real quick. Okay, so looks like we're all good. Alright, let me just check. Is there anything else? Okay, APU bleed to on. And we're ready to go ahead and disconnect the ground services. So let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. And might as well welcome everybody aboard.
From the cockpit, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain today. On behalf of the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard. In just a few more minutes, we'll have all the doors closed and ready to begin our pushback and taxi out for an on-time departure. During our taxi out, our flight attendants will be showing an important safety video demonstration of the equipment on board the aircraft. I'd like to thank you in advance for your attention to that video. For those of you that are interested in listening into the communications between us and air traffic control, United Airlines is the only major airline that will allow you to do that. You'll be able to tune into Channel 9 of our audio entertainment system, and we'll have Channel 9 available for you once we begin the taxi. So we'll be doing everything we can to make this a safe and comfortable flight for you. Thanks and welcome aboard.
Okay, let's go ahead and get the seatbelts to full on, not just auto.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Okay, let's go ahead and call our pushback. So the runway's a bit to the right here, so this one's a weird one though. I'm gonna have to. It's a longish pushback to here. I don't want to be on that weird corner right there. Okay. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Okay. Okay, X-plane. It's got 2,000 in here. We'll set that as we taxi out. Okay, so let's go ahead and call the pushback.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I feel like I'm missing something. Here she comes. Okay. Yeah, no, there's no fuel in those tanks, so we can actually get rid of the center tanks.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, ready to connect. On this overhead panel.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Checklists are a very good idea. Landing altitude on the other end. Figure that out once we get in the air. Oh, we are missing the ATIS. Let's grab the ATIS real quick. Okay. What is frequencies? ATIS 125.60. I'm using Active Sky, so we do have ATIS. Let's come on down here. We'll tune the radios. That's the nav panel. I'm messing things up like I haven't done this before. And look at that, 125.60.
Denver INTL information Papa.
Okay.
0 Zulu weather. Wind 100 at 7, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 9,900 few, temperature 21, dew point -5. Altimeter 3006.
3006.
Arriving runways 16 right, 16 left, 07, departing runways 16 right, 17 right, 17 left, 08. Advise on initial contact you have Papa.
So, I planned this flight yesterday when different runways are in use, so we're gonna go, so you may have noticed the runways in use are completely different, but it's the same world, so I can, you know, kind of do what I want, but I want to try to keep that as realistic as possible. I need a place where I can go to get, like, the current active runways as I'm planning the flight, so that I don't have to go to the ATIS and then start replanning, and, I need a way to do that so that I can pre-plan that. So if any of you guys know a site that I can go to where I can pull a list of active runways, I would appreciate that very much. So our pushback tug has been waiting very patiently for me to release the park brake, so we're going to go ahead and we'll release the park brake.
Starting
So we can start moving.
and you may start engines.
And we're going to go ahead and put the anti-collision light on because we are now moving. And then we are going to pack
Flight
off.
attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
And then we're going to flip this. We're going to start engine 2 first. Flip this over to 2.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if
And
you need
then
anything.
we wait for 25% of N2. close enough. Injuries fuel. I'm actually gonna open this because I love hearing the announcements. It's another thing I want to
Ladies and
figure
gentlemen,
out.
welcome aboard United Airlines. Thank you for flying with us today. As you're finding your seat, remember to stow your carry-on items either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. We suggest stowing your rollerboard bag in the overhead compartment wheels first. If you need help, ask a flight attendant. I'll be happy to assist. You may use your small lightweight
Okay,
devices
engine
such
two
as mobile phones,
stabilized.
tablets, and e-riders while we're parked at the gate.
Let's go.
Large devices such as laptops and DVD players may be used until we're ready to depart. At that time, they must be stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. This aircraft is Wi-Fi enabled, so you can stay connected on today's flight. You can access united.com free of charge to check flight status and monitor connecting flight information. Our Economy Plus seats feature more space and are reserved for our Mileage Plus Premier members or for customers who have purchased these seats in advance. If you'd like to purchase Economy Plus seating on this flight, please ask a flight attendant for more details.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Exit row responsibilities on the safety card. If you're unable
Disconnecting
to
tow. Stand by.
instructions, please contact a flight attendant. Be happy to find you another seat.
Packs.
Thank you for your attention and welcome on board.
Probes on. APU off. Flaps 1. Flaps 2.
In just a moment, we'd like to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the aircraft. For a brief but very important safety message about the safety features, please.
So that's another thing. The cabin in this thing is like incredible. So if I come, I mean, look at
Tow is
this.
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand
Look at
signal on the
these
left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Bienvenidos a bordo.
Benvenuti a bordo. Indeed, on route.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for flying United today. We appreciate your attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Please switch all smartphones, tablets, and e-readers to airplane mode, or disable cellular technology for the duration of the flight. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, smaller personal electronic devices must be secured, and larger laptop computers must be switched off and stowed. For international destinations, your flight attendants will advise if it's necessary to turn off and stow your device. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, your
Cabin
seatbelt will be
lighting.
fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release.
Okay.
We suggest you keep your
Let's
seatbelt
get comfortable.
fastened at all times, even when the
And then
seatbelt
I
sign
just
is
need,
off.
I don't
If
know
you're
the
seated
airport
in
very
an
well,
row, you may be required
so
to assist
I
the
need to
crew in
pull
emergency.
up.
If you cannot perform the functions described on the safety card, please ask the flight attendant to be reseated. This 737 is equipped with
No
4
map data
exit doors,
available.
2 on each side of the aircraft. When open, slides will automatically inflate. There are also 2 window exits over the wings, which can be opened by removing the cover and pulling down on the marked handle. During a water landing, do not use the exits in the rear of the aircraft unless advised by a crew member.
Well,
Slides detach from the aircraft and serve as extra flotation devices.
I believe runway 25 is over there.
Compartments. If you must evacuate the aircraft,
Sorry guys, I've ruined the immersion. So we're right here. I usually have map data, but the map decided not to work, of course. So we come out here and we just come straight down here. That should be pretty darn easy. I hope. I say that right now. I don't know what taxiway this is because it's not labeled. No, don't do that. Discard changes.
leave all carry-on bags behind. Exit path lights will illuminate and guide you to the exits. Each of the 6 exits is marked with an overhead sign. Please look around now and locate the 2 exits nearest your seat. The closest exit may be behind you. If necessary, an oxygen mask will drop from above your seat. Firmly pull the mask to extend the plastic tubing and start the flow of oxygen. Place over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic band over your head and tighten the straps. The bag may not inflate while oxygen is flowing.
Alright.
Make sure your mask is secured before helping others. You'll find the life vest under
Might as well
the
get
seat. When directed, pull the tab to remove the pouch. Tear it open to remove and unfold the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the belt around your waist and secure it to the buckle in
not allowed on this aircraft. It is against the law to tamper with, disable, or destroy lavatory smoke detectors. For your safety, you must follow the instructions of our crew members and obey posted and lighted signs. We'll be taking off soon. Your tray table, carry-on items, headrest and footrest should be stowed. Make sure your seat back is upright and that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please review the safety card located near your seat. If you have any questions, please ask your crew.
Thank you for flying United. 現在たちはどの一つを目指す。ありがとうございます。
Thanks again, and enjoy your flight.
Let's turn off the view blades. Okay. You know, I think I'm just way more nervous because this is the first time doing like streaming. So I keep making these stupid mistakes. It's like the pressure's on all of a sudden. What is that? Pretty. Where does it say I am now? If the stupid map would work, I wouldn't have this issue. Let's go ahead and stop here for a sec. Uh, 34 approach, okay. Discard. Okay. Alright. Okay. Still not too sure where we're going just because that map's not working, but I think this is the right direction. Yeah. Yeah, runway 25 is this direction. Just based on the diagram I pulled up before, if you go off to the right, if you look off to my right there, that takes you to the middle of runway 25, so I recognize that from that diagram. I'm gonna have to look at that software because there is something wrong with, depending on the order you load things, whether the map data will load or not, but it is in a beta. I just wish I still had the older version because the older version worked better and you can't download it anymore. I guess that's what I get for not saving it. Let me turn on the TCAS. The TCAS is not on. Okay. Whoa, I'm all over the place. Some people I see taxiing are like really, really good at this taxiing thing. Every time I look away, I feel like I'm gonna go down a ditch. Okay. Everybody likes a wing view. See? There. Right off. Huh. Okay. so it's the hold short line. So we're gonna stop right here. We got our landings on, runway turn-offs on, and taxi light can come off. Still logo can come on when it gets dark. It's gonna get dark. And then the strobes on the wing
Flight
line.
attendants, please be seated for departure.
And informant in the cabin. Okay. And
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
We'll set the lights to take off and landing. And then we're gonna go ahead and start the clock. Knew I'd forgot something. What did I tell you? The trim. So before we go any further, let's just make sure the trim is set. So we want 4.92. That's about right? Okay. It's another thing. Getting that exact is not exactly easy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, once we turn onto this runway, I'm gonna shut up and practice the whole sterile cockpit rule, because I'm likely to make a mistake in a critical phase of flight. Please match up to the center. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and mute my mic, and I'm gonna turn up the audio so you guys can hear the engines. And I'll be right back once we get in the air.
2500.
Okay. Okay guys, so we're up in the air. I've gone ahead and retracted the flaps. I activated the autopilot a little sooner than I would have liked to. I had trouble in the vertical climb. Like I'd set the trim incorrectly, which I was pretty sure I hadn't, so I'm not sure what the deal was right there. So there's the city of Denver out in the distance right there. What's great is we're going to be flying right into the sun. So let's go ahead and clean up. We'll turn off the runway turn-offs. I already retracted the flaps. I set the auto brakes off. Yeah, and then we don't turn off the landing lights until we hit 10,000 feet, so... And we're above 10,000 feet. So... let's go and ding the cabin crew to begin service. This is the fork by Ortho as well. So it's definitely not the default. I'm using the immersive preset on the Xvision right now. No, actually, my mistake. I'm not. I'm using the Vestas preset right now, which I like because under certain light and when close to the water looks way better, and it's more subtle and natural. Oh, she's a little bumpy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign is on. Please remain seated. When the captain turns the sign off, you'll be able to move about the cabin. When you are in your seat, please keep your seatbelt fastened in the event of unexpected turbulence. Please be careful when opening the overhead compartment. We ask that you use the lavatories located in your cabin, and please don't stand near the lavatories in the galleys. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. For everyone's safety, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. Pleased to offer personal device entertainment on our United private screenings option, sponsored by the United Plus Explorer card, on-demand movies in the seat back in front of you. If you need to have a headset, we'll be happy to provide one once the captain lets the flight crew get up from our jump seat. After you connect to the United Wi-Fi network, go to UnitedWiFi.com. You can access United.com and the United app free of charge, where you can check flight status and more. To use other apps and websites, you can purchase an internet access plan. We will be serving a variety of complimentary drinks, wines, craft beer, and other alcoholic beverages for purchase. In United Economy, a variety of snack boxes and refreshments are available to purchase, as well as freshly prepared meals from our bistro on-board menu. You can find more details about the menu in the back of Hemispheres magazine or the seatback guide. We accept most major debit and credit cards, including those with a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express logo, as well as the Mileage Plus Explorer Visa card. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the service on today's flight. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable.
Whew! It is, it's bumpy, guys, over the Rocky Mountains. Let's turn this iPad off. Sorry, I play with the camera views. I feel like it wasn't quite right. Mainly the overhead panel, I feel like, is like right on top of me. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hey, OnePlus, thanks for the compliment there. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hey, OnePlus, thanks for the, What I need to figure out is how does the audio sound, to you guys? To me, it sounds okay, but, you know, I have a total different perspective on that, so, that's kind of what I'm trying to nail down now. Wow, those mountains. This is the first time I've flown this route with the Ortho installed during the day. That is incredible looking. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm I'm running an ultra-wide display as well, so I've been playing with the views and the aspects and trying to get that correct as well, so that it doesn't look too wide viewed on the stream. So also looking for feedback on that too. We're almost at a top of climb. We might even get there early. I touch quiet. You say touch quiet. The mic volume or the aircraft volume? So I'm gonna get a look at my, see if I can pull the map data up. Yeah. No map data available. So.
1,000 to go.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hit that top of climb, right on point. So I still don't have any live map data. So when I get to Vegas. I'll just pull up a ground chart to figure out which, what gate we're going to be parking at. Okay. And we are at our cruise, so let's go ahead and let our passengers know that we have leveled off.
Lay Shaman from flight deck here. Seatbelt signs off. Gives you an opportunity to move about. Do ask while on your seat though that keep those seatbelts fastened for your safety and those about you. As we get closer, we'll update weather gate information. Enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so... well, let me turn this off. Nope, nope, nope. Why are there click spots on this thing?
The seatbelt sign has been switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
And it's not, it's been switched off, not on. But because it flicked back. Let me see if that'll work again. Off? I don't know how they link those sounds, but it's not working. So, OnePlus, I'm looking at my audio settings. I don't see an overall volume. I can tell you the mic is maxed out, but the desktop volume I could bring up the desktop audio just a touch. I just don't want to drown out my voice. Let me, I'll bring it up like 3 decibels, just so let me know how that is. Okay, well, I shall be right back again. Okay. I'm back. So I'm trying to think of a way to maybe expand things a little bit. Just getting started, so I'm open to ideas. Maybe flight suggestions. Yeah, just leave it in the comments, and yeah, we'll figure that out. I wonder what that is right down there. Well, I think I'm gonna do a quick cabin walk. That's so good looking. Yeah, some of the liveries I have stuff on these screens. Unfortunately, this United one doesn't. But that's okay. I may end up getting a different one, so it's got a little more, you know, branding on there and such. Pretty cool. Yeah, I have, so the American Airlines, Southwest, and Delta liveries have the branding right here. The problem is with the Southwest is it has this first class, configuration. It doesn't have this. This and Delta are the only ones with this on the back. American is the most complete one. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is my cruise. Okay, so we got 310 miles to the top of descent. I didn't turn off this wing light. Ah, this Ortho, it's beautiful. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and that no map data. That sucks. How does a pilot memorize the ground routes? I mean, I guess they don't. I mean, I guess they're assigned from ATC. So in the sim world, when we're flying with no ATC, then I kind of have to look at a chart to figure it out. So that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. So let me go ahead and pull up the chart. Oh, and thanks to shout out to V1 Simulation for this this handy website ANAV. It's great to pull the charts without needing a subscription to the charts cloud, as I primarily fly in the United States and Canada. So let me make sure I'm like, why do the runways not match up? And then I realized I was still set to Denver. Okay. All right. I'm not sure why, but I'm suddenly like really hot and it just feels really humid, and I don't know. I feel like my computer puts out a lot of heat. And in Texas, it can not make for a fun time with the humidity factor. I dread to think what my air conditioning bill is going to be. Okay. So, just gonna 26 right is the planned arrival. And there's the chop. Okay. This is getting a little bumpy. Let's get those seatbelt signs back on.
The seatbelt sign has been switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened
You know,
until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
I got that, but I also got this too. That tells them why I'm turning them on. There we go. Just helps the realism. So I think I'm gonna put this in early just because I am pretty new to this whole thing, and because I've made a few mistakes already while streaming. I guess there's no harm in that. So our approach course to the runway we want to go to is 259. So that's where we're gonna stop. We'll set this to 259 on this one, and 259 on this one. Okay, let's come on down here, and we're gonna program in the for an ILS. 0.3. We'll put that in the box. 0.3, and put that in the box. We're good. Okay. And might as well put the Addons into 132.4. I don't know why I said it on that side. I told you, I'm making stupid mistakes I would never usually make because I'm thinking about the live stream and the potential for people to be watching this stuff, and that's when I make the mistakes. Okay, so now we are just waiting 239 miles to top of descent. It's too late to put it's too early to put a approach information in there just yet, so I'm not gonna do that just yet. Oh my gosh, I mean, seriously, this scenery. You know, I just checked on that preset. I said we were running. This is not the fastest preset. This is the impressive preset. I think I may go back to the fastest though, just based on the reflections on wings and just well, the water. The clouds aren't as bright at night, but you can still kind of make out the really dark. You know, especially as you're passing through them. So they're not completely blacked out, but they're not, you know, white. I should probably find some views that I should save as well. I don't know if I like the current views I have set up. I mean, this one's pretty cool though. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll just sit back and relax. Yeah. I was just looking at the stream and seeing how it looked. All right, let's see. 202 miles to go. Hello, do whoever just hopped on there. Running a test stream. Let me know how the audio and the visual are, and if there's anything that I could do to make anything sound or look better, other than my sucky presenting skills, but I'm sure that'll improve over time. So yeah. What I want to know is my chat box working, because I didn't see anything in the preview, but it's really small, so let me just type something in here. Testing chat box. Yeah, I just noticed that myself. I don't see that it's working. I wonder if there's a way that I could fix this without breaking everything. This thing's very finicky, I've noticed. Okay. It says it's there, but it's not doing the trick. Let me try again. Nope. I guess that's something I gotta... Yeah, so I'm using the Streamlabs OBS. So that's how I'm able to chat to you, while I have the stream going, so I don't have to open as many windows to keep the performance good. But I think it was working during my initial testing, but it decided to quit. And what I've noticed is setting up things on this is sometimes you'll close it out and you'll reopen it and it'll revert it all your settings back. So I was just checking it hadn't done that this time, and it hadn't, so I gotta figure out how to back it up anyway, so it doesn't do that. But sure, I'll figure it out. I don't want a chance breaking the stream, so I'm not gonna do it while we are in the middle of the stream, just in case. How is the wide aspect, by the way? Because I run in a resolution of 3840 by 1600 on a Dell ultra wide. But I tried to rescale it as best as I could and keep the clarity on there, and I have to be conscious of how zoomed out I am on a view because of how it will look stream-wise, and I'm sure the text, the smaller text, is harder to see. Yeah, on my screen it's like right up close, but you know, if I can come in a little bit, but if I came in any more than that, it would be I'd be sitting on like on top of the yoke. I don't know, I just think it's one of those things I'm gonna have to kind of live with it or play in 1080p, which I don't think after getting used to this wide aspect and this massive field of view, it's not something I want to do. And I think the field of view inside an X-plane plays a part in how it's looking outputted to the rescaled resolution. Do you have any suggestions on that chat box, other than what I'm using, or anything else I could maybe use as well? Okay, awesome. Just as long as the aspect is not putting people off. Let's check our progress. We still got 154 to go to top of descent. But I don't. This is 230 and 84 miles, but this is 150 miles to top of descent, but it's bringing us down to flight level 230. Yeah, flight level 230, so I'm not sure why the top of descent is after that. So I'm gonna start descending us right now. I'm pretty common at coming in too high all the time. So let's go ahead and we'll just start a gradual descent. Awesome, thanks, I'd appreciate that. Feel like I need terrain wouldn't be a bad idea because we are in the mountains. As long as we stay in the green, we're okay.
Thousand to go.
Jeez, that was fast. I guess I gotta get that landing altitude in here as well. Touchdown zone elevation 26 right is 2067. Okay, this thing is pretty sensitive. There is no 206. That's right, that's between the airport's elevation and the touchdown. It's safe. Better be safe than sorry. So really, just keeping a watch on our altitude, because with the top of descent being after the altitude we're at now, which is below our cruise, it's just a little weird, and maybe I put something into the plan incorrectly. those lights that are starting to pop out as we get closer to sunrise. Sunset, I mean, not sunrise. This is the, I found a, lighting dot text for that fog boy it had out there, and it's supposed to give the night, instead of that yellow everywhere, it's supposed to give the lights a more natural look. At least for the United States. And then I have the extended night lighting too. I don't know if it's going to get dark enough for us to see that, but that's pretty cool too. Something I just realized is still on we can probably get rid of, and that's this right here. What I am gonna see if I could get like a checklist. Like there is one built in to the Zibo here, but I don't really like having to go over there and click through stuff. I'd rather just have something right in front of me instead, like a paper checklist. So I'm gonna try to work on getting that for the next time. Debating doing maybe a second flight in the Flight Factor A320, taking us back from Las Vegas to Denver. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see how the landing goes on this one. So we can turn that off because there is no turbulence anymore. The only thing I'm not too sure about is those weird... I like these lights after dark, but as the sun is going down, I'm not sure about the white lights. I'd have to play back something in real life and see how it really looks. Again, what I've generally noticed is it's different in the States to how it is in other places in the world as far as the lighting is concerned and the type of lights that are in use. So that might in fact be normal, but I don't know. I'd have to look at something stateside as far as when the sun is going down. Okay, so we are gonna start a descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
Seatbelt sign has been switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Let's bring out the speed brake to help because I just decreased the speed. End up changing the wing views at some point too. I don't know. I need to play with the views a little bit because it would be kind of cool to catch the window that you're looking out of as well, as long as the cabin's not too bright. Let's go ahead and switch that over so when we do pick up the Addons, it'll be ready. Okay, so while we're descending, I can go ahead and put in the approach. So we're gonna put the legs over here. We'll do a flaps 30. Not picking up that Addons yet, and we're gonna hit 18,000. So I may have come down a little too early. So we have active sky, so we'll pull it from there. So 29.98 is all we got for the barrow. Okay. That over, and should be the same on this side. Okay. We'll do auto brake 1 because it's a really long runway.
$1,000 to go.
And the cost on here is actually $258, so we're gonna go based on what the X-plane data said. Oh my gosh, this is so good looking. Well, hopefully my performance doesn't crap out as we approach into Vegas, because let's put this back in. I don't know how it's going to be with the streaming. I'm using NVENC and I'm streaming at 9,000 kilobits, so my hope is that because of NVENC it won't impact, but who knows. I had to turn down the anti-aliasing because the stream was dropping frames when I was testing the other day. actually. No. I don't know why that looks like it's at 15. I thought it dropped. We'll just hold it 15.9. Feel like in order to see everything you have to be down here, but you can't see over the top. Feel like the aspect of the Zibo is a little off, maybe? I don't know. Fortunately, I don't have the map data, so I'm not exactly sure where we are. But based on flying before, I think we're in the Arizona, like right here. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think this lake right over here is. The one that feeds like the Hoover Dam. Maybe not. Maybe I got it wrong. I mean, the map data being broken for me is a problem, just because I don't, yeah. I just need to learn this stuff outright so I don't have to rely on it. But we'll see what happens when we land. We'll find a gate and we'll park. Look at those cliffs, that's so cool. Wow. The sun shining on that Ortho. Wow. It's weird because, yeah, as I said before, the top of descent was after we already dropped at altitude, so not sure what the deal was with that. Maybe something I put wrong in the flight plan. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. Okay. I can't get over this scenery. I need to do this in like a full daylight as well to see how it looks. Maybe with some clouds. I mean, we got no weather here. I mean, it is Vegas. Clouds are. I used to live there. They're not as common. Not until maybe January, February time. But it does rain, but not often enough. Okay. I wonder if we should, maybe we can flip that round so that way I don't make that mistake of reading out something incorrectly. What is interesting though is we're at an hour and 13 right now, and this flight usually takes like, you know, a good two and a half hours. So I'm not sure if we were going faster or I don't know. Let's see what it is when we get parked to the gate. Maybe, hang on, maybe can pull the data up on here, on FlightAware. You know, actually, no, it says 1 hour and 49 minutes is the total travel time and on the exact flight that we're taking right now. I think it just depends on the cost index and the altitude flown and obviously the weather, so this is pretty accurate. Guys, if you're watching this back and you have any you know, questions on like what presets and settings and add-ons and all that kind of stuff I'm using, I'm gonna post that stuff in the description going forward, and after we get done with this with the live broadcast, I'll make sure to put that in there so that you guys know what I use to achieve the lock, and what I think my system specs are already in there. I don't know if I did something wrong with the VNAV or the way I put everything in. It just seems that we might have descended a little too early. I don't know, or maybe too late. If I'd waited until it said top of descent, we would have been way too high. So I don't know if that's a Zibo thing or if I did something wrong. But hey, as long as we get on the ground without smashing the aircraft, I'd say it was a successful test stream. Yeah, if you look on the screen here, it's well, the terrain's hiding it right now, but it says 60,000 or above. So that's why I'm thinking, and we're a little ways, so I'm thinking I maybe came down a little too early. But I'd rather be, as long as I'm not going to hit the terrain, I'd rather be descending too early than waiting too late and then struggling to get the thing down. Let me know what you think of this preset as well. It's kind of between the Vestas preset, which is this one, and the not immersive, impressive preset that comes with Xvision. And I kind of jump back and forth, but I'm kind of leaning on this one more than anything because of the way the sky is during sunset and sunrise. I think it looks the most realistic. I'm just not sure that I am completely sold on those lights yet. I mean, maybe that's right. They look good, I just don't know if they're the right color or not. Okay, so if you look on the display right there, there's another, after the decel, there's another top of descent. So I just don't think I understand this aircraft very much. I came from Airbus mostly, and the only other 737 I've been flying in a long time ago was the Classic. Okay. Yeah. As I said, I think just being lower than higher was a good idea. Configuring early and making sure we're even descending early as long as we're not bashing into terrain. This is mountainous. Yeah, I like the lighting from the cars below right there. That's pretty cool. And the PBR and the engine cowling is so good. I think this might be Lake Las Vegas down here. maybe, maybe not. I know there's a few little towns in Arizona before you cross and you get to Boulder. That water is so good looking.
McCarran INTL information.
Hey, there's the Addons.
0 Zulu weather. Wind 120 at 10. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 27,000 scattered. Temperature 30. Dew point -2. Altimeter 2991.
2991, it
Arriving
changed.
runway 08 right. Departing runway 08 left. Advise on initial contact. You have Quebec.
Okay. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let me just set that to 12 before I forget. And I'm actually gonna get minimums as well. There's Vegas, I think. So I might have been right when I said that was Boulder back there. Jeez. Let's go ahead and continue descending. Not trusting the TD stuff, so if we're coming down early, it means we're coming down early. The lighting does look a bit interesting over there. It should be the Nevada scenery, but I don't know if I installed it properly. If I didn't, then it's gonna be default. Which, I mean, the lighting in the default is pretty cool. So, but I'd have to check it to see what's wrong if that was the case. Let's zoom this out. Let's. Actually gonna come all the way down to 10. I'm gonna yank out the speed brake. Eight. This is where it can get pretty slippery, which is why I wanted to get things configured a little early. Yeah, that's definitely Las Vegas over there. Woo! Let's get the landing lights on. We're pretty much at 10,000. Let's ding the cabin. Okay.
Thousand to go.
Yeah, that might actually, I don't know, that might be default because of the baked lighting, which looks pretty good when it's really dark, but I don't know. I'll have to check it afterwards. What's a runway heading? I'm gonna set this the same. I thought there was a different, the cost was different to the heading, but and speed brake is still out. We're gonna start slowing down. Oops. Actually, we're just gonna go all the way down to 3,000. And then we're gonna do full. First degree of flaps.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
I feel like I'm gonna come in too high. I'm gonna go stare all cockpit for a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, we've turned the seatbelt sign on. Flight attendants will be collecting any remaining service items that you would like to discard. As part of our Eco Skies program, we're committed to recycling aluminum, plastic, and paper, and we'll be coming around to collect these items. Please make sure all carry-on items have been securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. As a reminder, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help you get ready for landing. You may continue to use your small, lightweight electronic devices, but they must be unplugged from the outlet, set to airplane mode, and secured. As a reminder, carry-on items should be securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, seat backs and tray tables are upright, headrests are lowered, and footrests and video monitors are stowed.
We may just do this. Maybe.
The cabin for arrival and be seated.
Whew, my frame rate is dipping. This looks to be default. That's cool. Okay, concentration.
1,000 to go.
Get down. There we go. This is nail biting. We are just about gonna do this, I think.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
I guess we're doing an auto land at this point.
Approaching minimums. 300 minimums. 200.
Light slow. Light slow.
100.
Think rate.
50, 40, 30, 10. 10.
Oh!
Positive rate.
Okay, that was very, very, very horrible.
We'll be taxiing to the next station, so please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Ugh, manual braking.
All your personal belongings before you
Okay.
exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phone.
Even
Even
configuring early still got me into a pickle. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna clear the runway and then we're gonna fix it up. I'm not gonna be watching that back. That was pretty bad. You know, it wouldn't have been so bad if I didn't panic thinking I was... thinking I was too high. And then, ultimately I was. That frame rate is abysmal. And then I look over here and it's fine. It's default. Default is worst performance. So we're gonna do taxis, runway turnoffs, and then landing lights can go off. And then a position of beacon can come off. And flight directors can come off. Yeah, I'd say comment on that landing, but I mean, ultimately I panicked and it screwed it up. And not to mention I was streaming, so I was in the back of my head. I'm like, oh, I better not botch this up, and I botched it up. I bounced it. I bounced it, and I think if that had been in real life, there might have been some hurt passengers, or I might have bust the gear, or I don't know. I try to take manual control, and then the whole glide slope warnings going off too. We're just gonna find a gate to park in. Okay. I promise you, it'll get better. I just think I need to do more flights in this aircraft to really figure it out before I stream it again. For some reason, I'm finding. I mean, don't get me wrong, the realism on this thing is incredible. I mean, the sounds, the systems, everything. I can't believe it's free. Nobody that I talk to could believe it's free. But it's still. I still haven't figured it out, and I find the Airbus to be slightly easier. Well, there's United, right there, actually. Well, I'm not gonna flip around, so we'll go this way. Also need to turn off the the T only, so I don't bake anybody on the ground. And before I forget, come on. There. We'll park next to these deltas. So it's like 20 if I look over here. You know, I don't have a slouch of a system, too. I mean, I have an 8700K. I feel like I did an experiment and I removed the X-plane version of, oh, we're gonna botch this up, too. The X-plane version that came with the latest versions of X-Plane for Vegas, and noticed that my performance jumped up, but then, you know, I didn't really have a Vegas, so I added it back, but it's got some issues. And it's at night, mostly, too. Me kill taxi lights and turn off so there was a marshal or I wouldn't blind him. Cause this airport doesn't have any kind of auto gate, so and I guess we can go outside and oh. Not trying to deafen anybody. I realized when I went outside the volume jumped up. Okay. Okay, guys. Welcome to Vegas. If this had been in real life, you'd probably be in hospital right now. That was a horrible landing. Let me go ahead and... well... and then we'll shut down the engines. And then we will...
Prepare for arrival and cross-check, thank you.
seatbelts off. And we are here. Connect the GPU, set the chocks, and then we will do transfer to ground power, and then oops, not that one. That one. We can turn off the APU. Probes off, and we're all done. Welcome to Las Vegas. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't have anything else for now. Yeah, we got it done, we got it down, but that landing sucked, and I need to do my homework on this aircraft a little bit more before I fly it again on the stream. So the next time we'll be doing the Flight Factor A320, because I understand that one, or the TOLUS A319, but I'm waiting for the BSS sound pack on that. So thanks again, anybody who's watched either a part of it or stayed through the whole way. I appreciate it very much. Go ahead, like and subscribe, and comment down below for suggestions. Alright. Have a good one. Thank you.